what I call a Shia-Sunni conundrum, which is happening around the world. Over here, the religious authorities have been very strict to prevent all other Islamic forms of thoughts penetrating into the society. So, for example, like Shia Islam, once upon a time, was allowed to practice, but up to 1996, suddenly this has stopped. And it has been, there's a fatwa that says that Shia is heretical form of Islam in this country. But there are quite a number of Shia Muslims here, and they are being persecuted every time when they have a certain festivity. Then the religious department comes in hard on them to the point of arrest and also being charged in court. If you had a message to say to the religious authorities of Malaysia, what would you say to them in relation to this particular issue?
We have to start from the very beginning. You are playing a very dangerous game because if you look at the Middle East and all the discussion around in the beginning of the 80s, in the war between Iraq and Iran, this was all based on sectarianism. That Iraq was, and Saddam Hussein started to pray in front of the TV camera to show that he was a good Muslim, a Sunni, resisting the Shia, heretics. And this is used now internationally everywhere, even in Syria. Many people, they think that we have to support Bashar al-Assad because he is a Shia facing the Sunni. The same in Bahrain. What the petromonarchies are saying is that it's not uprisings against the government, it's a Shia against Sunni. And you have now in the West even fights, clashes between groups in the West between Sunni and Shia. And you have this here which is slowly coming in your country, and it went step by step, is to sideline or to consider that the Shia are not really good Muslims, and we have to be very cautious about their presence. And we need to do the opposite. Of course, there are differences on some issues, but mainly we are all Muslims, even though we can disagree on things, and we should not use this division colonizing our way of dealing with Muslims, because we are creating divisions, and by creating divisions, we are promoting discriminations, and by promoting discrimination, we are nurturing troubles. And these troubles, any foreign power that wants to play the identity politics will play with this. The starting point is this one. When, for example, you had people in Lebanon resisting the Israeli aggression, and you have muftis in the petromonarchies telling us that we cannot be on the side of the Lebanese because they are Shia, you can say that the Sunni leadership here is dangerous by doing this. So I think, and you have on the other side some Shia who are saying you can't support the resistance in Syria because they are Sunni, and we have to support Bashar al-Assad because he's Shia. That's not acceptable either. And what is this? This is Islamic populism, Muslim populism, playing with our references and forgetting the principles of justice, the principles of resistance. And I think that if something should be done in your country is to have citizens aware of all this and being reasonable in their approach. And leaders, religious leaders, should be a bit courageous. Your country needs religious leaders and religious politicians. And good luck.
It's funny, this Israeli bogeyman is always been coming out. When I asked one of the Shia leaders here, why is it division, and he says it is the conspiracy theory of Israel being very much playing the game of dividing the Muslims into these two groups. Is there any inkling?
Look, it might be, but Israel doesn't. We don't need Israel to be silly enough to do the job ourselves. We are doing it. We are playing this game. So if I was an Israeli leader, I would watch it and wait. The Muslims are doing the job. Now, are they pushing in one side? Of course. Are the Americans? Of course. All what they did in Iraq was creating the divide between Sunni and Shia. Of course. If you are colonizing, you divide and rule. Of course. So don't blame the powerful to use your weaknesses, because this is why they are powerful. They use your weaknesses. Their power is coming out of your weaknesses. So you better deal with your weaknesses instead of blaming them to use their power. Anyone who is talking like this in political terms is naive. Of course they are doing it. But even if they are not pushing, we do it ourselves.